And we are live. Welcome everyone to another Sunday night Watch Soup episode edition. I am joined by my ever loyal co-host. I don't know. I feel like like either you're Batman and I'm Robin, or I'm Batman and you're Robin.
No, I'm Robin. I call Robin.
All right, you can call Rob. That's fine. Sanjay from the Engineer Wannabe channel at engineer_wannabe on Instagram. Sanjay, how are you, man? How was your weekend?
Really good. Had a really busy Sunday today. Had a barbecue for the first time in a year and a half.
Yeah,
Saw all the kids for the first time in a long time. My kids and my nephews and nieces, and it was great. It was a good Sunday.
awesome.
Yeah.
What do you have on wrist?
On wrist, I have my summer watch,
Ooh.
Seiko SPB 213.
Yeah, yeah. Seems like those lighter dial watches are really fun, right, for the summertime, especially like a white or a yellow.
Yeah.
Turquoise. Amin just put out a review on
Yes.
his Doxa, and it looks great. I watched it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome looking color. We're joined tonight, Sanjay, by Chris from the Watch Lounge
What's up, guys?
channel on YouTube. Hey, Chris, how are you, man?
Good, guys. How you guys doing?
Good. How was
Good.
your weekend?
Not too bad. Worked yesterday, of course. I'm off
Yeah.
tonight, so just kind of relaxing, taking it easy tonight. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of summer watches, looks like you got a yellow dial there. What are you wearing today?
Yeah, I'm wearing the. I don't know if you can see that or not. The Ernst Benz.
Yeah,
It's one of their chronographs. Pretty cool watch. Kind of a big boy, 47 millimeter, but it kind of fits
yeah,
my wrist pretty good. I
Yeah.
like the yellow, something different.
yeah. You had coordinated a tour with some of their watches, and I appreciate I was a part of that.
Mm.
And there was a 47 millimeter one. There was it 45 or was it 43? And
43, I
then
think.
yeah, 43, and then a 40. The 40 was fine. Even the
Mm-hmm.
43 was okay. The 47 was just like a dinner plate on my
Mm-hmm.
wrist, man.
How big
Really,
is your wrist, Chris?
Mine's 7.5,
Okay.
yeah.
so
That
I,
makes
I can
sense.
pull it off. Yeah.
You can definitely pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even though the case diameters were big on the lug to lug wasn't that bad.
Mm.
So I mean, for a 47 millimeter watch, I think the lug was still like over 52, but it didn't. It wore okay, surprisingly, I would have to say. Um, anyway, so let's say hello to the people in the chat here. We got Bill's here. Hey, Bill, thanks for joining us. Peter's here. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Matt from Rock the Watch is here. How you doing, man? And Keith, hey bud, thanks for coming by. AJ, what's up, man? Hey Wilson, how you doing? Let us know what you guys are wearing on wrist. Would love to hear. Hey Torin, everyday watch guy, what is up, party people or party popel?
Mm.
Um, Jeffrey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Mezzanine, what's up, man? Awesome. Sam is here all the way from Australia, Sands of Time. Please check out his channel as well. Awesome channel. Pale Horse. Keith checking in from Pittsburgh. Caliber checking in from Canada. Time Hill, how you doing? JCB is also another Australian. Man, I love the Australians, dude. I love that they show up for us. It's
Yep.
awesome. Underachieving watch collector is here. What's up? Six Killer is here. And who else? Who else? AZ Clayton. He picked up a new Black Bay 58, the 925.
Oh yeah.
I'm starting to like that watch more and more and more. I wasn't crazy about it when it first came out, but it is definitely growing on me. Matt's wearing the Grand Seiko SBGJ
Ooh.
237. I guess I mean, which one's that one, Sanjay? Is that the GMT?
Sapphire bezel GMT. Yep.
Yeah.
High beat. Really nice loomed bezel. It's really nice.
I only know that because I know he did a review on it, and I caught it this week.
Yeah.
So that's why I took a guess, and And I got it right there. Otherwise, I don't know the model numbers, man.
Mm.
I have a couple of them that I really like. I still, the model numbers better than I do. So, Dibs here. What's up, man? Caliber is wearing the black GV Milgauss. Very nice. Hey, Brendan, what's going on? Wearing the Omega Seamaster 300 diver. Torn's wearing his new Speedy Professional. So that's the watch he picked up this week when he met up with you at the AD, huh? Awesome.
His birthday watch.
Very, very nice. Very nice. Dib is wearing the Land Tortoise. Sam is wearing another GMT, right?
Yeah.
This is a
cream dial,
Yep.
burgundy strap, beautiful GMT. It like a lot of people actually picked up a watch this week. It seems like.
Yeah, I know. I'm jonesing, man. I'm jonesing, and my fast is barely 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks old.
I hit 41 days.
Yeah, nice. AJ wearing the sumo, the ice diver. I think that's a sumo, right? I think that was a sumo, or maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not familiar.
Omega Aqua Timer for William. Time Hill wearing the Yachtmaster, beautiful watch. And Chaz is here. What's up, Chaz? What's going on? Sorry, Ms. Nina, I missed you. You're also wearing a BB58. New this weekend. That's awesome.
That. See, it's just
awesome.
Rubbing it in.
I know. Absolutely. All right, so let's we got some comments from our last videos. And let's show that up. Oh, Kevin's got the Timex on for me. I just did a Timex review of the Waterbury day date sent in by Peter. Sector dial that should be coming out tomorrow morning. Nice. Plug. Deech is wearing somebody else with another Yachtmaster tonight. Love that watch, Jeffrey. Love it. Okay, so let's get into the comments, and I need to pull those up. And the first comment, he was giving away a watch box, Europe only, and I think that's in reference to that Bark and Jack video that we talked about last week.
Right. Yeah.
So thank you, Jeff, for letting us know. Hey, what's going on here? That's not working properly. All right. Just bear with me, guys. Let me get that open. Sorry. Little technical difficulties here. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now I got it. So many things to go through to share your screen here.
Yeah, I know.
Lester loves watches. I've made your quote my new motto, putting out content that people may or may not enjoy. I don't know if did you say that or did I say that, Sanjay? One of us must have said that.
I don't think it was me.
Okay. I love the review segment. It really adds something to the community. I've never before thought about the irony of alcohol, which is meant to relieve anxiety, actually increasing it when it's not you drinking. Very interesting. And I think that's a direct comment to you, Sanjay, right? Because you find yourself a little uncomfortable. This is in regards to Chris, to the Watch Gringa. She put out a video over a week ago about social media and its effects. Is it ruining watch collecting? And she gets a little drunk in some of her videos, and it makes Sanjay a little nervous.
Yeah. Yeah. Just in general. I used to be a drinker.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Dennis Daly, it's the middle of the night for me. A great lineup. Regards from Ireland. Thanks, Dennis. I really, really appreciate it. I still get tickled, whenever people from other parts of the world watch our streams. Yeah. It's one thing to watch it live, right? But then, like, after the stream is done, people still watch the streams, like, during the week, and I see the view count go up, and I'm like, man, that's awesome. People just, even if it's not live, because for me, it's hard for me to go back and watch live streams right after it's already happened. It's almost like watching a sporting event, and then after the game's over and I already know who won, You know what I mean? Like it's just
Right.
hard. It's hard for me. But
Yeah.
Sanjay, I got to catch up on yours. You had a really great topic on yours yesterday, and well, at least they said it on the title. So I want to hear what you guys have to say about watch regrets. What would you tell your younger
Past self.
collection self?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just kind of exploring whether, considering if we could see ourselves in the past, what we would tell ourselves, what advice we would give ourselves.
Yeah,
Um,
great. That's a great topic, man.
yeah.
I'm
It,
gonna.
it it turned out to be a blast. It was good fun
Yeah,
with Torin, Everyday Watch Guy. So
yeah. Hey, Random Rob's here. Hey, Random Rob, thanks for joining us. Shipping a ton of watches out, always. Yeah, I know how that is. BDev is here, like watching reruns of the Weather Channel. Real, okay, all right.
it's not that bad.
I'm hoping he's not referring to us. I know he's not. I know he's not. Okay, Sanjay, your segment, you're up.
Yeah.
Reviews of the week.
For some reason I didn't get a whole lot of reviews, and there were quite a few reviews I did watch, but they were watches we've talked about before. Didn't feel like it was worth it to bring back up again. So but the only thing, again, is gonna seem like I'm a You're Terrific fanboy, which I kind of am.
Me too.
Yeah, he did a great video on the Omiwatari, so the SBGY 007 Grand Seiko, new for this month, I think. Yeah, newly announced this month with the new thin dress series that Grand Seiko calls. Has this frozen lake dial that they've created. It was a really great review.
Yeah.
He had a few quips in there, how
Yeah.
he was talking about what the frozen lake is supposed to signify, how Lake Sua freezes over, and the sheets of ice kind of smash into each other and form like these ridges. And the folklore is that that's where the gods walked on the lake. But You're Terrific made it sound like the ridges are your money leaving your wallet going to Grand Seiko or something like that. I found that hilarious. But yeah, a great review. Yeah, I was wondering if you guys had any thoughts about this watch. I know Rob has a bunch of thoughts on it.
Yeah. Well, Chris. I mean, if you have anything,
I haven't seen that particular video yet. I'll have to go back and check it out. But as far as Grand Seiko, I do know they do some killer dowels. I can say that. That's one thing they do well is their dowels.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a watch that when I saw recently, I was like over the moon, right? It looks awesome. And then I saw this, and I was excited to see that You're Terrific put out a video on this. And then he was like, bringing up some things that I just didn't notice before. And like he was
Yeah.
saying how like he wasn't too crazy about the case shape and that
Right.
the lugs were kind of like really short. And I'm like, oh man. So like it just, and maybe that wouldn't bother me. It just goes to show that I really got to go if I want to make a decision on a watch like this, I have to go try it on. Right. I have to go see it in person, of course. When you're dropping this kind of dough on it, you gotta see it in person. I'm so used to, I'm so conditioned now to just like go online and buy watches, right? Without knowing if they're gonna fit me. You know what I mean? I've been lucky because I just been lucky, right, lately. In the last year and a half that I'm able to get some of the watches that I like, and then they've all fit me well. I've never bought something online and then regretted buying it because of the size. Maybe I regret it for a different reason, but not the sizing. So I got to check this watch out. I got to check out just Grand Sectors. I got to go to a boutique and just sit down and just look at all of them because the finishing has gotten me in the door. I want to see them.
I actually own this or this case. I own this case, and I have the SBGY 003, and the case is actually really nice. At least I like it. It kind of has a feel of a cushion style case. So It's not like a
Interesting.
traditional dress watch.
Okay.
It's different. And the case is shaped kind of like a wind sail. So if you look at it from the profile shot, it has like a wind sail kind of look to it. Nice
Okay.
curvature to it.
Okay.
And Evan, you're terrific. He mentioned that Grand Seiko is using this case a lot. They really aren't. There's at least not that I know of. There's only a few super limited models. The SPGY003 was limited to, I think, 600 pieces, maybe 800. And there was like a 20-piece limited edition, like a crazy unicorn of a watch, SPGY005. There's that, that stone cold stunner of a gold watch that a friend of ours owns, the SPGY002. So they don't really have this specific case in a lot of watches, but they do have variants, like the SPGK line. I'm getting really nerdy here, so I'm going to cut myself off. But
so yeah, Rick's saying here it's getting harder and harder to try on watches in person. Meznina agreed. Time to get back to actual hands-on. AJ saying watches aren't even on the shelves anymore. Kevin, yep, you can't listen to too many opinions online. Need to make your own decision. Absolutely, especially when you're looking at making this kind of dropping this kind of cash on a watch, right? Because that MSRP is for what, 8,300 US. So it's a chunk of change.
It is.
Okay, so hey, let's jump into the meat and potatoes. Let's go into the topic videos, and Sanjay, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have you lead off again.
Yeah.
You selected this video, the hot ones, how FedEx lost my $8,000 Tudor Snowflake. Please, Sanjay, tell us about this video.
Yeah, this kind of hit close to home in the sense that this is kind of like my biggest paranoia when it comes to shipping watches. But this is something that happened to Max. Max is a really great guy. He has a really great channel, Hot Ones. It's not that big, but
he's getting there.
Definitely deserves a lot more subscribers than he does have. So what happened was he purchased this Tudor Snowflake because he really wanted this watch. He loved the Black Bay 58, but he didn't like the different geometric shapes on there, the circles, the rectangles, the triangles, and stuff like that. So he bought the Snowflake, and then he decided to sell it because it was the most expensive watch in his collection. And he shipped it off. He sold it through eBay, and he had to ship it off to a watch authenticator. The eBay authenticator system that's on there now. And before he got to the authenticator, the watch, he got an email a couple of weeks later saying the watch never got to the guy who bought the watch. And he went and checked the tracking. Turns out the watch just was stuck in Ohio. And long story short, he contacted FedEx. They just left him a message saying, "Hey, we can't find your package. I'm really sorry. I suspect you're going to start a claim." Kind of almost dismissive. And I get it. The lady really can't do anything about it, but it didn't seem. It just felt like that's it for me. I'm kind of done. I did my job. I looked for it. I couldn't find it. It's gone. Left a really bad taste in my mouth for FedEx. So as of now, there's no real updates. I think he's opened up a police case. I'm not sure, but he doesn't have the watch. eBay returned the money to the buyer, and he's out like $8,000. It's crazy. It's gut wrenching. But yeah, I don't know if you guys got a chance to check this video out. Chris, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's some scary stuff. My only thing is I don't get why FedEx won't insure anything over, what do you say, $1,000?
$1,000, yeah.
That's what
for jewelry.
Yeah. I would think a big company like FedEx or UPS would be able to insure something for more than that, especially if they're willing to pay the premium for the actual shipping costs.
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I was talking to some of the guys before we started to stream, and UPS, they don't apparently they don't insure. I think it's up to like anything over $500 in jewelry or watches.
Mhm.
However, if you go to UPS, and I have, and before I knew this, I would ask for insurance. Let's say for I sold an El Primero, and I said for like 3,500 for the grand, and they asked me what was in the box, and I said a watch, and they didn't say anything. They didn't say, oh
Mhm.
well, we don't insure anything over $500. They still took my money, and
Mhm.
maybe they don't care, maybe they don't know. I don't know. I look, I think there's plenty of people who ship jewelry and and watches via UPS that I think people at the UPS store, wherever you go, should know that.
Mhm.
That is a huge, that is a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, people, I know people send off a lot of things, but jewelry and watches, I think they, or at least jewelry anyway, they should be able to know that, or tell the person, listen, this, it doesn't make sense. You're paying for all this insurance, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway,
Yeah.
point is, I learned my lesson from that. Fortunately, I haven't had any, instances where I lost watches, or
Mhm.
they were damaged. So I go through a third party. Now I've done it a couple of times. It's called, they're called SecureSys. I don't I'm I have faith that they're good at what they do, or that
Mhm.
they're a decent company. I mean, I've seen some customer reviews on them, and everybody that I've seen has said good things. I don't know if something would actually happen, if they would pay out. It's kind of like, it's blind faith, but I will typically insure through them now with stuff over 1,000, let's say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man, it's scary, dude. I mean, like, this probably happens, not a lot, but more than we think, I would think.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably
Yeah.
why people like Roman, they'll take like a high end watch that they sell probably, and they'll hand deliver it. They'll probably fly to that place, like say a Richard Mille or something like that.
Yeah,
They'll fly to meet their client rather than
yeah.
just have it shipped.
Um,
Crazy.
Rick, I insure all my watches just because of crap like this. Yeah, so I mean, I guess Peter was telling me once that there was watch insurance, or that you could just get, right? You can get watch insurance on your watches, and that I think if that covers also any damage anyway, when you're shipping it somewhere. So that's another possibility. Anyway, I may have that wrong, Peter. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But if any of you guys in the chat use third parties watch insurance, please put it in the chat, because I'm sure there's a lot of us who are kind of a little bit confused about it.
The thing
Clayton,
is,
yeah,
oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, if I was faced with the same situation as Max was,
yeah,
like if I went into FedEx, because I've never sold anything that high of a
Mhm.
price, I
yeah,
would have just gone in and said, "Hey, can I insure this for $8,000?" They say, well, we don't insure anything over $1,000, and I would have said, "Okay, well, what are the chances of this getting lost,
hmm,
right? I'll just get the $1,000 insurance rather than taking this back."
yeah,
And I, you know, hindsight is 2020.
yeah.
So, but if I were in that situation, I would have just said, "Okay, I'll insure it for $1,000, and chances are nothing will happen."
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
this time something happened.
yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. Easy Clean, I'm going to investigate using Apple AirTags for shipments. There are videos of YouTube where people have tested them out. They'll ping their locations as they find newer iPhones to connect to.
oh,
Yeah, I mentioned, I mean, I heard Clayton talk about this earlier, of a way to, like, kind of like on the down low track your package.
yeah,
Um,
that's a good idea.
William, I watched that and I'm heartbroken. Yeah, it's a heartbreaking story, man,
Mhm.
for sure. Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for joining us. Kevin S. FedEx is not a good shipping option for watches. USPS is better for insurance. Yeah, I'm not. Do they have is it a blanket insurance that covers anything,
Mhm.
or do they have a specific when it comes to watches and jewelry, is there like a difference, right? I mean, do they only insure up to a certain amount? I would like to know, because I really don't know the answer to that as well. I guess I could ask the postman when I go and deliver packages, but Caliber, totally speculation, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not a FedEx issue, but some guy in the FedEx warehouse who figured out that was a box, and so it could possibly be. Yeah. AJ, why I mostly sell to dealers. That's another way to kind of circumvent that, right? Sandra, you bring your watches to the AD and you do a lot of trade-ins and selling that way, right? So if you have sold watches technically that have been a lot, you just never sold them to somebody that you had to mail it to.
Yeah, always either face to face or
Mm-hmm.
just traded into the AD. I've never shipped them out. It's funny because I got that microbrand watch for review last week.
Yeah,
and I shipped it out, and I did a similar thing. I was like, they said, well, there's like $100 of insurance in here, and I was like, well, make it 200, and that's not the value of the watch.
yeah.
I just just spaced out and said, okay, hey, and then this video came out, and I was like, what did I do? Can I go back and increase the insurance on this?
Yeah.
But yeah, chances are, what are the chances of something going wrong, right?
Yeah. It never made it to the authenticator? No, I don't think it made it to the authenticator.
No.
It didn't.
I think there's probably a FedEx driver out there somewhere with a new to him, Tudor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
BDev, I believe there's a cap of insurance through eBay. You can insure for more when you go directly through USPS and UPS. Thousands of watches move through the mail system every day. Absolutely. And probably thousands and thousands of them, nothing happens, but it's always that one, right? And you don't want to be that person with the one, Rick, you can pay for your insurance with FedEx and UPS, but it's outrageously expensive. Yeah, for sure. But the issue is there's a cap, right? I mean, as far as I know, that there's Max said there was a FedEx cap of 1,000 for watches and jewelry, and I've looked it up on UPS, and I saw $500 for watches and jewelry. So that's why third party or face to face is probably the best way to go. Let's see here. What do ADs do on shipping? That's a good question. I mean, I've gotten my Tudors from the AD, and they come from FedEx, so I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe they wing it too. I don't know.
I know Saltzman's, when they sent this Ors, they use UPS. They sent me this Cal 400 through UPS.
Yeah, but did they have a third party insurance that you may not know it.
They may.
So like my experience with the third party, and if you guys never had a third party insurance like SecureSys, right? And maybe it's similar to other insurances, is that you have to get a box, right? And that's got to be padded. And then in the inner box, that's where you put the watch, and that's also got to be secured and padded as well. So you have a box within a box. And SecureSys actually tells you to take a picture of every step on the process. And even when you're at like a FedEx or a UPS or a USPS, take a picture with the label on the box. And then you submit where it's going to on the website when you get the policy, when you get that package insured. You put the person's email address in there, because then they send them special instructions on what to do when they open up the package. So it sounds like they're very, very serious about it. I just don't know if they ever pay out or not. Jewelry Mutual, that's the one, Peter. Thank you. That's where you can just insure your watches, but it also will cover shipping. Yeah, Hodinky don't offer watch shipping insurance yet, right? Jewelers Mutual, okay. All my watches are insured, Rick says, which covers them being lost or stolen. Yeah, even when I ship. Yeah. So I guess that's another, whatever insurance policy you have on your home or specific jeweler insurance, it should cover. It'll probably cover all that kind of stuff too. So that's another layer of protection. And like it wasn't for my experience with SecureSys, it's not that expensive. Like for like a I had to send a watch to a friend that was around $3,500, and it was like $25. So it was much cheaper than getting the non-existing insurance from FedEx and UPS. Much cheaper. Okay. So a lot of comments here. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Let's move on to the next topic. And that is Watchfinder, are cheaper alternatives worth it? So specifically, this was kind of like a topic video, but also slightly like a review video on a Maurice Lacroix Acon, and comparing it. And I say that loosely because it was part of the conversation with a Royal Oak, and in the theme that are cheaper watches alternative, and some interesting points were brought up by the guy. You get what you pay for, and how much is dependent on how much you want. He also mentioned that not assuming that the most expensive product is the best, more cheaper, more how cheap can you go for good enough. And with a lot of these like really expensive, luxurious watches, we want to be in awe of our watches, right? So we'll pay a pretty penny for a Royal Oak. The question is, he brought up, is can you get enough with the Acon if you can't afford a Royal Oak? So and a lot of the disadvantages that some of these other brands do that maybe kind of mimic the style of the Royal Oak. We'll just talk about the Royal Oak because this is what the video was kind of circling around, is that a brand like Maurice Lacroix may not have the name recognition as AP, so you can get it for a lot cheaper, but then it puts that brand in a position where maybe the quality has to be sacrificed a little bit. And so a lot of interesting things. I think like what I want to talk about here, and you guys are, when it's your turn, you can free to talk about, if you want to keep the discussion going or talk about something else that you may have picked up from the video, is that, if you have, let's say, a Grail watch, and let's say if it's a Royal Oak, but you cannot afford a Royal Oak, could you find some satisfaction with a watch that has a similar look that's much more inexpensive? And I think me personally, I have, right. So for a long time I've wanted a Rolex Submariner. When the new Tudor Black Bay came out, the 58, I was in awe of that, and Tudor being a sister brand of Rolex. Now I know Snowflake hands is much different than the Mercedes hands, but it's still almost the same look and feel, or same look kind of of a classic Submariner, and it's much cheaper, more than half less of what a Submariner costs. And I think I've gotten probably as much satisfaction as I would have if I had a Submariner. And that's just me, in my opinion. Have you guys? What did you guys think of this video? And where do you stand on this, Sanjay?
Yeah, I thought it was a great video. I thought the discussion about where each person will kind of have a standard, um, all the way up to the Royal Oak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people he was talking about how some people wouldn't even be caught dead wearing the Acon,
Right.
because they have the standard, and the standard is Royal Oak, and that's it, right? And then there was he also mentioned like a standard where you could find other Royal Oak homages, with the real sense of the word homage, like a tribute, um, at a lesser price, but then you'd be sacrificing quality. But
Mm-hmm.
that might be someone else's comfort spot. But
Yeah.
then the what the guy was saying was that the Acon seems to be like that good middle ground where you don't sacrifice too much, but you kind of get a bit close there. I guess lower down the totem pole would be like the Tissot PRX and
Right.
Tudor Royal. I think Tudor Royal would be a bit in the middle. Either way, I think I really like the Royal Oak, and I think the Tudor Royal for me was kind of that step. that I wouldn't buy a Royal Oak, and the Tudor L was a good step, a good settling, I think, and
Mhm.
I would do it. It's not like you're buying a copy watch, right? Or
Mhm.
homage in the watch community's term. I think settling for something that is a tribute watch is uh, mm, I've always said getting a copy watch is kind of a disservice to you as a watch enthusiast. But if you get a tribute watch, I think that is a healthy way to assuage your desire for a Royal Oak without actually having to go buy one.
Right.
And yeah, so I thought it brought up a lot of those interesting questions, interesting topics, even this topic where now we're talking about kind of copy and homage, copy and tribute, or, isn't it funny how we have to like rename all
Yeah.
these words?
Yeah.
Because homage doesn't mean homage anymore, and copy is out the window, and now I had to use tribute. But
Right.
anyway, yeah. So all these great conversations come up with this video, and I thought it was a great video.
Yeah.
Chris, your thoughts?
Actually, I've owned the Acon, and it was a really great watch, especially for, I think after discount I ended up getting like right under a grand, like
Mm.
$900, Salida movement, and I'm obviously never going to be able to afford a Royal Oak. Probably, hopefully one of these days I'll be able to. But I don't feel like I was settling though, because I like the looks of it. So
Mhm.
personally, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like if you can't afford a Royal Oak, I don't think, and like Sam J said, it's not like it has AP on the dial. It's not trying to be anything else. It
Yeah.
has those looks, and it's not a fake or anything like that. So I see no problem with it.
I think we may have to separate here some and create some boundaries. So I think
Mm,
if you wanted a Royal Oak like more than anything, right? Like it
mm,
is your Grail watch. You are super focused on it. No other watch can compare to it for you. Then maybe getting an alternative, affordable alternative, may not be the way to go. You may be, hugely disappointed. You won't fill that desire, that hole that you may have with it, right? If you casually like the Royal Oak and appreciate how good it is,
mm,
then maybe an affordable, and you can't afford it, maybe an affordable option may work for you. I like the Royal Oak. I appreciate it. I'd rather have a Laureato, a GP Laureato instead, and it's much cheaper. But that's me. A Royal Oak is not like my Grail watch, right?
mm,
So I could take that step down and get that watch. So I think there's so many layers to this, right? I mean, I could see why some people might say don't get an alternative. You'll be very disappointed. Well, it depends on how much you really want the original, right?
Mhm.
Because then I think you definitely relieve some room for disappointment. I might be all over the place with this one. You know,
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a clear cut answer for me. AJ saying get a Chopard Alpine Eagle. Okay. um,
mm.
Dan is saying alternative doesn't do it for him. Fair enough. Fair
yeah,
enough. Rashawn says I'm always going to want the real thing. Every time I look at that watch, I know it's not what I really wanted. So yeah, so like if you really want it, you know what I mean? I could see
Mm.
that,
yeah. That's a
Um,
really great point, actually, because
yeah,
I hadn't considered that. Because to me, I was just thinking Royal Oak, and I really like the Royal Oak, but I don't really need to have it.
yeah,
No.
But say if it was like a, watch I really love, I don't think an alternative would do it for me either. So that's
yeah.
a really great point.
Mr. Casio, I couldn't help but think of at winding underscore watches when they said, wouldn't be caught dead wearing the Acon. Colin. Who makes these standards? The only standard I listen to is the reflection I see in the mirror. Bobby getting really deep with us here.
Mm.
Yeah, but you're right. You're right. The man in the mirror, right? Michael Jackson. Um, Akon's music has gone down in recent times, so I don't know. There is a rapper named Akon, isn't there? Or a singer named Hey, Nilo, thanks for joining us. Justin, got to change your name to Bobby Affirmation at Justin. Justin's a funny guy. Justin, oh, damn it, you beat me to the Akon joke. Okay. Kevin S. I think substitutes are fine, especially if the watch you are after is extremely expensive and somewhat unattainable. Many watches of different price points provide similar look and feel. Yeah. So, I think, I'm going to sway back again. I think it's whatever point that you can fall to and be happy with the quality of it, right? So, like, you can go less and less and less. So is the quality. But if you could maybe somehow meet at a point, everybody has a different point where they can meet. Some people cannot. Some people is like, okay, it's royal oak or bust. Nothing's gonna, do it for me. Some of us might be like, well, I think I can get that feel and look by getting something more affordable. Yes, it's not going to be as finished or as beautifully done, or it's not going to have an in-house movement. And then the guy from the video was like, and maybe the most expensive is not the best anyway, right? So Way's saying, hey, Jewelers Mutual does cover shipping. Good to know. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Hey, what's up, Penny? How you doing? I was looking at an Akon and a Defy until I realized I really wanted a Royal Oak. So now I'm homeless.
Another way to look at it too would be if you want to test drive the look and you're not sure you want to spend that kind of money on the AP, but you do have the money for it and you want to test drive the look, that would be one way to do it as well.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think if you have AP kind of money and you want to test it on Akon, because I'm sure you're going to lose money when you sell that Akon, you can afford to lose it. But yeah, I mean, it's a little, but if you don't, I mean, like, you may lose money on that as well when you're trying to sell that Akon, but maybe a couple $100. I don't know. That's certainly a possibility. I've done that with some watches. I think I've done that with some sub homages. I bought a Squale, just to see if I would like a Submariner or a Black Bay. I've done that. Sort of, yeah. Mr. Kasiok, I think if you decide if you have a type and want to get something similar, it can work as long as you're not expecting it to be an RO. Yeah, so you got to manage expectations for sure, definitely. CEO, yeah, that StreamYard did that skippy skip on me.
Yeah.
Kevin S, but I don't think I would get something like an overseas or a GP if I really wanted a Royal Oak. Almost worse to settle and include. That's a good point. I mean, that's but again, is a Royal Oak going to be like something? It's similar in price. Well, depending on which model. But is that going to be something you're going to be able to obtain? Like, Royal Oaks are, certain models are just like impossible to get, right? And even now with overseas, some of them are impossible. I don't believe in alternatives and don't own any. If I happen to like a watch that looks a bit like a more expensive watch, so be it. Okay. I guess the love, marry, kill game applies to watches. Love many similar watches, but marry the one you really want. Okay. A few more comments before we move on. If you're getting a watch to resemble another, don't. There are many other categories that you could explore while saving or auctioning off kidneys. Bobby almost going all Jeff McMahon. I think he's talking about watch medicine for that one. Just because you really want something does not mean that you will get it. Very fortune cookie of you, Watch Talk, for sure. Okay, so let's move on, guys. We're gonna pick up on a video that Chris selected, the Epic Timeless Watch channel coolest watch of 2021. the Zero West H1 P308. Chris, take it away. What was this video about?
Now, did either of you guys get a chance to watch it? I know it's a long video, so a lot of people might not have watched like the whole video through. Sam J, did you get a chance to watch it?
Yes, sir. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Oh
And,
man.
and I got a couple points on the video. I'm also kind of a military aviation history buff nerd when it comes to that stuff. So that part of it kind of appealed to me on the video as well. And I think Osin did a great job. I think that's how you say it, his name. Is it Osin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did a great job narrating the video. Maybe he has another job lined up there as a narrator. But the one thing I can say is it did seem, which it obviously is, he's trying to sell a watch, it looks like. But he didn't mention anywhere in the video whether he was letting the watch in, whether he bought the watch, or whether, he was being paid to sell the watch. That was my only thing about the video. Other than that, it's a great video. But I just wish he would have been a little bit more clear on whether he was, letting in the watch, whether he bought the watch. Like, if I'm giving a watch for free, I'll make sure to, say, yeah, this was given to me for the channel, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it was a great video and definitely a new way to do watch reviews, it looked like.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the watch, honestly. I was like, what watch? Who cares about the watch? Forget the watch. Tell me more about everything else going on. But yeah, that I mean the watch to me was hideous. That's just me though. It was really cool how they were talking about the turn slip indicator. He was even describing things that are in planes, talking about the X, the Y axis, and the Z axis, because it's just such great analogies with drifting cars and. But yeah, oh man, it was a great video. I honestly, my wife was watching it too, and she was shocked that this was a watch review.
Yeah.
She couldn't believe that. She was like, "Is this that watch review you were watching?" And I was like, "Yeah, pretty good." Huh? But I hadn't actually watched any of Oshin's videos before. I had watched some of his commentary videos, but never a full review. And I guess he does it quite often.
Yeah, he does great work.
Yeah, because I went and watched the Spitfire version because I wanted to see what he did there, and he even poked fun at himself in that Spitfire video because I watched the whole that video in its entirety, and he said, "You guys forgot that this was a watch review video, huh?" And he said, "Yeah, that happens." And I was like, "Yeah,
yeah."
It was a great review. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I have to admit, I saw about 5 minutes of it, and not that I mean, I enjoyed what I watched, but I mean, I couldn't hang in there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just it's a lot of time. It's time consuming, right? And so I'll give it a shot. I of course I will.
You've been to Dunkirk, right? Because
no, I haven't. I haven't.
Oh, okay. I thought you visited France. Oh, France?
I did.
Okay.
I did visit France,
Okay.
but I haven't been to Dunkirk now.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought this would be like right up your alley because
no, and it is. And it is. It's just that I mean, look, I mean, I'm gonna use the kids as an excuse. You have more kids than I do, so what's my excuse really? But it's like, man, when they go to bed, I can't dedicate myself 45 minutes to anything other than making like watch reviews, right?
Yeah.
Or doing the videos. So I'm gonna have to do like a 2 or 3 parter on this one. But it looks great. It looks great. And Justin's here. Time to step up your game, Evo. I might have something up my sleeve.
Uh-oh.
So just you wait and stay tuned. Jeff is saying great video for sure. The latest release was also cool. One of the best channels out there. Ocean is hanging out there with a mysterious French woman now. What a life. Yeah, he has a life, man. He's living in Venice. He's got Rolexes and drinks Guinness and wine or whatever he does. And he's just like, now he's appearing all over in a lot of live streams and whatnot. So I see him in like different live streams now with different watch personalities. Are we personalities? I don't know. Yes, the timeless watch
Or,
kind of is
or cardboard boxes.
cardboard boxes, right? Agree, Chris. Either way, I'll never buy a Zero West. Good video though. Caliber, he agrees with Rasan. I never buy the watch, but the video is so cinematic and everything. Yeah, I heard his daughter is in film school,
Okay.
and I think she helped him with that. That's what I heard people say. So yeah, I mean, so good for him. I mean, he's got a daughter who can help him out with that because that is great. Love the Venice B roll on the WW2 watch. Ocean's production standards are outstanding. Check out his new video about manufacturers' pronunciations with his friend Chloe. I haven't seen it still to this day. The best video I've seen with brand pronunciations is our friend Josh over at the Town Watch. He did a short.
Oh.
If you have a chance, go check that out. It is brilliant. A 1 minute short on pronunciation of brands. The Town Watch, Josh. It's awesome. The man's a composer, literally. Oh, okay. So, okay, great.
Yeah, the way he pieced everything together with the music and everything else, it was pretty good quality, I felt like.
Yeah.
Bobby Legs ain't got the time for that. That's true.
This review, like, seriously, it was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like with the music analogies, he was doing the chords or the melody, and then he put the chords in, and then it seamlessly flowed in to like the rest of the review while he was playing the piano. I was just like,
he had to spend hours and hours probably producing that video.
No, it definitely take a while. Yeah,
I pay money to watch this review.
Yeah,
and I honestly don't care about the watch. I wouldn't buy that watch, but man, that review was so good.
AJ's pointing out that Sanjay is taking that back, and he certainly is. Dan watched a lot of his YouTube videos on 1.5 speed. I just started actually doing that. I knew it was already there, always there. I just forget to do it. I may have to watch this one at 1.5 or 2. I do want to get through it. I do.
And the way he goes into the story between, because I guess the watch was made from parts of the actual plane that was shot down. Like he goes in this story of the pilot that was shot down. He goes into pretty deep history of it. So it's pretty interesting.
Kevin S. Bobby's launching a miniseries just like Rich Man, Poor Man back in the day. I hear Richard Chamberlain be making a guest appearance. My favorite Richard Chamberlain miniseries, I think it was Richard Chamberlain, but Shogun. You guys ever, back in the day, Shogun? You ever see that one? No? All right. All right.
I know there's a Seiko watch called the Shogun.
There is.
Titanium
there
diver.
is. Did you ever see, Sanjay, that movie with Tom Cruise where he plays a...
Last Samurai?
Last Samurai, yeah. Have you ever seen that?
I did see that one.
You did see that one?
I did see that one.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Was that a 90s movie? Or was
it? Was it in the 90s?
I think early 2000s, I think.
Okay.
Early 2000s, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, damn you.
Was
Not you. Not you saying StreamYard.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I got it back. Justin, you are now a watch influencer. Go forth with my blessing. Okay, I got something. I got something going. Paul Thorpe is a big Zero West guy. Okay. Ocean has lots of money, no wife nagging, no grass to mow. I love his vids though. He is a producer and very skilled. Yeah. I mean, sounds like he's got the money. It looks like he's got the time. Yeah, his daughter helps him with this. Yeah, good, awesome. Definitely. Quite emotional, and seems like everybody was a big fan. Shogun.
It was really emotional. Like when he talked about these kids, because they are kids who were fighting in these wars. Just men who had just started being men, and he was talking about how they used to play. I mean, it was very emotional and kind of sappy when you kind of repeat it, but talking about the kids playing with toy aircrafts, and this time they were in the air, and they couldn't, if something went wrong, they couldn't run back to their moms for help. And you know what? I shed a tear. I shed a tear at that point. It was really emotional. I'm a big I really respect military personnel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why it hit home for
No,
me.
me too. And I know Chris does as well.
Mhm.
Bobby pulling out Shogun from 1980 with Richard Chamberlain. Sweet.
Mm.
Here's a couple more guys from that era. Probably not for you, Chris or Sanjay. North and South. That was the first time a young Patrick Swayze did some acting. I think that was maybe his first big mini series role. How about Shaka Zulu? Do you guys remember seeing Shaka Zulu? I just thought of that recently. I'm like, oh, that was like a crazy miniseries. It was crazy. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's going. Sanjay is a big softy, and that's why we love him. Awesome, awesome. You know, Rashawn, I think we must be in the same age group because it was really good. It was really good, North and South. Uh,
Mm.
Wayman is saying I got rid of my VCR, hadn't turned it on in decades.
Mm.
Also got rid of an analog TV.
Mm.
Sanjay, don't watch Saving Private Ryan. You won't make it past the first 10 minutes. Have you
I
ever
remember
watched? Yeah, Chris,
I
I'm
have
sorry.
not.
I was gonna say I remember watching that in the theater, and I was too young, but I remember a lot of the actual veterans were literally walking out of the movie theater. Like I'm like
Yeah,
sitting there, like, why are they doing like later? I got it, but a lot of the guys actually end up walking out of the theater,
yeah,
like they
because it was
couldn't watch it.
too close, right? It was too
Hmm.
close to home. I mean, like it was too realistic. It was so
Yeah.
realistic. Have
Oh
you have you
wow.
seen have you seen it, Sanjay?
No, I haven't.
It's a really good movie, man. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a great movie, and it's emotional
Yeah.
and very very I mean it's a war movie, so it's violent, but whatever.
Yeah.
Thornbirds, I never got to see Thornbirds. The problem with a lot of these old miniseries that I bet if you watch them today, like it just doesn't hold up. It wouldn't.
Mm.
It wouldn't hold up at all. So I kind of want to just keep the memory of me enjoying them. You know, um, just as a memory. Yeah, Mezzanine, graphic, very graphic movie.
Yeah.
Uh, Terms of Endearment. That was a movie, right? Yeah, I saw that one. Don't let Sanjay blow you in if he's a fairly dangerous. What? Okay. I don't know. I think I may have read that wrong.
Mm.
Okay. One of the two movies Spielberg won Best Director Oscar for. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I get the joke. I doubt much TV for the 80s would hold up. No, no. Maybe Facts of Life. Maybe Facts of Life.
Mm.
I don't know. Um, it's a good show, and they talk
Uh,
about the facts of life.
I watched Dunkirk. That was kind of emotional as well.
I haven't seen it. I got to
Yeah, I
see it.
hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I guess whenever there is, I don't see a lot of movies, so whenever there's a death, like
Mhm.
the Luftwaffe just bombing people just in the beaches, it like, and when the Stukas were coming, there's that screaming sound, and it's really gut wrenching to hear like these people just panicking, because of the fear tactic of the Stuka plane, which just horrendous scream as the plane is coming in. Yeah, really emotional movie.
You know what's a great like World War II-ish movie, and it just has a great actor in it. The Darkest Hour with Gary Oldman. He plays Winston Churchill.
Okay.
That is an awesome movie. And yeah. I mean, there's so many great movies out there. Yes, Mrs. Garrett. Yeah, Mrs. Garrett. A young George Clooney made his acting one of his acting debuts, and he was in the Facts of Life series. Um,
Is this like the Twilight Zone or something, or like?
yes, we're in
Okay.
the Twilight Zone.
Oh
Yes.
no. No, I mean, like, is it kind of like the Twilight Zone where each
No, no,
episode is
no,
its like
no. The
own
Facts
thing?
of Life were they're like four girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's no Twilight Zone about it. There's Tootie, Natalie, Blair, Joe, Mrs. Garrett. Um, yeah,
Okay.
Mackenzie Aston might have been in it too. Anyway, Guys.
I was gonna say, yes, Mackenzie.
Yeah. I think that's his name. Rashawn, all about Blair, huh? I was a big fan of Tootie. Yeah, Tootie could do no wrong for me. Blair just was like, too uppity. Um, yeah, great theme song for sure. Yeah, they were in a girls' boarding school, and then they were done with the school, and then they opened up like a candy shop. Was it a candy shop or a cafe or whatever? Something, I don't know. You guys don't know. Joe just woke up from an unexpected nap. We'll watch the replay. You didn't miss anything. You didn't really. Oh man. Yeah, Seinfeld. I mean, you can't go wrong with Seinfeld, right?
I
You
love
guys,
Seinfeld.
Sanjay, have you watched Seinfeld?
I have, yes, a while ago.
I watched all the episodes.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen season 1. I
Wow.
got it on DVD a while ago, as I think it was a gift, and so I saw season 1, but that's about it.
All right, man. All right. Season 1 of Seinfeld. Well, yeah, I mean, like, I mean, it's in syndication, so I mean, I don't know if in Canada, and like, I know you guys only have 2 channels, but I'm sure, and then one of them is dedicated to hockey.
Yeah.
So I'm sure one of these days you'll get all the other episodes.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you got going on with your channel coming up? Any videos coming up?
I've got the full review of the Oris. I don't know if you can see that, the Aquas, the in-house.
Oh yeah,
I've
nice.
got that coming out. I don't know if you guys can see that on there or not.
Yeah.
Then the Earn Spins, of course, that I'm wearing. So look for those. And now I'm gonna try to do more of a regular live stream schedule every Sunday, probably before you guys. Probably about
Cool.
8 Eastern with my buddy George. I think you guys probably know George Roses.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him on your live streams. Yeah.
So other than that, nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Sanjay, what about you? You got anything coming up this week?
Not really. I think I'm gonna take your advice and start at 9 next Saturday.
Oh yes, because I get to watch it live.
Because I was thinking, I don't know why I didn't do that.
I always thought it was curious that you did it at 6 o'clock. Is it still 6 o'clock your time, or is it 5 o'clock your time?
It's 6 o'clock my time.
Yeah, because of the kids.
Yeah.
So,
well, the reason I did 6 o'clock was because I think it was like a good time for Sam. The first time I had Sam on from Australia.
Yeah.
So we did 6 o'clock, and then I said, I guess we'll stick to 6 o'clock. I never really considered changing the time until you said, hey, you should have it at 9 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? Why not?
Well, we have Random Rum at 9 on Mondays, right?
Yeah.
Sanjay's at 9 on Tuesdays. Chris, Wednesday 9 o'clock, man, make it happen. Oh, you got to work though, man.
Yeah, I'm off here Sunday, Monday. Unfortunately, I work nights, so.
Yeah, and so then we have, and then Friday we had the stream at 9 o'clock, and then this one at 9. Get yours at 9, man. Let's all of us own 9 o'clock during the week, man. That'd be awesome. And I could come on your stream if you'd let me.
Me or?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, it would be an honor, man. Absolutely.
Overlap with ID's. You know what? If you overlap on ID's 5th hour of his live stream, I think that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I feel like my stream you can kind of rewatch, because we kind of talk about, it's kind of like a podcast, I guess, because we just talk about random topics rather than the news. So watch ID guy first and watch me later. That's fine too.
Awesome. I think that's a great idea. That's great, man. I got a Timex sector dial review tomorrow. I think Wednesday so I just recently passed over 2,000 subscribers. I'm going to do a giveaway announcement of what I'm going to be giving away video. So tune in for that one, guys. I'm going to have like 3 or 4 gifts that I'm going to give out. And then of course the streams on Friday and Sunday. Awesome. I'm so excited about your 9 o'clock stream, Sanjay. And Chris, thanks again for coming. Anything you want to plug? Do you have a Instagram you want to?
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah. Well, what's your Instagram, Chris?
It's at the Watch Lounge. I believe it's the underscore.
Mm-hmm.
At the
Yep.
Watch Lounge underscore.
Okay. So it's underscores at the end, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man. And guys, have a great one, and we'll see you next Sunday for another episode of Watch Soup. Take
See
care.
you guys.
Hey guys.
Later.
Hey,
What's up?
he just left.
He just left.
He just left. He didn't end the stream. This happened with Shaluso. I was doing a live stream with Shaluso, and he just left. He didn't he didn't turn